It's the Carolina Hockey Minute. Canes win 4-1. They win the first. They win the third. Oh, and by the way, they score shorthanded in the second period too.
I mean that to me means Philadelphia scored a goal in the second, and we got a shorthanded goal in the second. And in my view, a shorthanded goal is worth more because
when the second period ends, you said, "Well, we won that period." I said it was 1-1. You said, "No, we won it."
Well, it's one thing if you score it first and then they score on you, but we took the lead back with a shorthanded goal.
Oh, that's a huge thing to point to on the road. Anytime you get a shorty tonight, it ends up being the game-winning goal as well from Chatfield. That's
it does,
assisted by Stahl and Martinook. Stahl scores first tonight, a power play goal. And we saw a lot of goals from a lot of different.
We did. It was all over the place.
Different types of goals.
We got a Stahl in the first from Svetch and Ghost. We got Chatfield in the second from Stahl and Martinook. Then the third period, Svechnikov on the power play from Aho and Ghost, and then ending with Ehlers from Martinook and Keandre Miller. That Ehlers goal,
really nice.
I mean, he got him free, and it was a goal scorer's goal.
It reminds me of a Hall goal in the playoffs last season. Like, that's the type of goal. That's why you brought him here, to score goals.
That's
like
what you
that.
want, yeah.
And they were either going to push or you were going to score a fourth goal in that situation, because there was about, what did he score with? 708? It was getting to a point to where we both said, like, the Flyers are about to push real hard here.
They were getting close to pull their goalie if they were going to do it.
And instead, Ehlers just
iced it.
Buries them.
They ended up losing the faceoffs, but at one point in time, we had about 40% on the faceoffs. We ended about 35, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've clawed back to 49. So.
Yeah, we lose it 25-24. That was the total.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of faceoffs in tonight's game.
Canes 2 for 9 on the power play tonight.
2 for 9, some coming late that didn't matter. A few shenanigans broke loose late.
Shenanigans galore. And we like we said, the first game we took it to them. Second game was a much closer game. I thought the Hurricanes looked pretty out of sync and sloppy in the second game, far from their best game. And then this game, I mean, we had a moment in the second where we felt a little lully, but really just took it to them this game too.
Really good road game, and you're still not getting top-tier production from the first line. Still not broken out. This team can still play better, even though they're playing lights out defensively right now. And in goal, Freddie Anderson is allowing basically 1 goal per game.
Oh yeah, with that right there, that's going to bring him down to, I think I said it was like 1.09 or something like that. It was really low before this game, and now it's going to come down again because, again, another 1-goal game.
Didn't see it coming, Freddie. I'll continue to say that probably for the rest of this round.
I mean, like they bring it up every single one of these broadcasts. They talk about how before we came into this playoffs, we were not 100% sure who was going to get starter crease.
At least until 2 weeks out, we weren't sure.
Yeah.
Those last couple of games from Freddie, and frankly, Bussy played all right. His last couple too.
He did, but
got a little confidence.
He had a couple of those games where he allowed 4, but we scored 5.
Yeah.
So he got the wins.
But I do remember us saying going in, you feel like you have 2 goalies right now that are capable of getting you wins. And Bussy obviously couldn't be any better, but I feel like he'd have a pretty good record too because the defense has been there throughout the playoffs. You don't get to 7-0 without tremendous defense. And one of the big parts tonight was killing that 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
After Rod Brindamore takes a bench minor in addition to a penalty you had already taken.
Yeah, that you don't see that very often, especially in the second round of the postseason.
You don't see it too often. Rod said it's effing playoffs.
Yeah. Well, Rod has said in interviews before, he'll probably say it if they talk to him, and if you see an interview with him, he'll probably say it again, where normally you get a little jabby with the Zebras, and then you get a warning. You get told, like, you need to calm down.
I guess he didn't get a warning tonight.
And it seemed like he didn't get a warning. That or he was going hard in the first and
the officials Garrett Rank was busy tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, they were no nonsense tonight, really.
3 stars, Svechnikov, Martinook, and Porter Martone.
Martinook had 2 assists, but one of those goals, I think it was the Chatfield goal.
The shorty.
After the face-off, Martinook, he fought hard, and he got that puck dug out and up, and that's what led to the odd man rush. So he was the second assist on that, but he was the reason that even developed because he dug it out. But the Hurricanes are now in a very strange position. If the Hurricanes win, and you pointed this out, John, if they win this next game,
Right.
they will be done with the second round of the playoffs before any other team has played their third game of the playoffs.
Colorado doesn't play until 9 on Saturday.
So,
and what you're looking at in the East, if that Buffalo-Montreal series were to go 7, and the Canes now, realistically, they could wrap it up in 4. If those two things happen, the opposite extremes of both ends, I believe at minimum, you'll be looking at 11 days off.
Yeah.
Like, it's about to be a lot of rest. It's almost going to be so much rest that it's going to be broken into first half of the playoffs, second half of the playoffs. That's the feel it's going to have if you have, 11 days. It could be 12 even if they don't schedule it immediately.
Put that with the 7 days we had before. And you're talking about the Hurricanes have spent
a lot of rest.
Almost a month.
Hey, man.
Resting in this postseason.
Normally, I don't like it, and we don't need it as much as we needed last round because we were more banged up. We had a few injuries. And, that's why you want to win game 4, get out of the series before you get more injuries. But, I forgot where I was going with that. I'm sorry.
But the long rest has turned out to be good.
Yes,
I think it's good for Freddie. I think that the boys.
I still want the rest because the top line, they all went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Aho, I feel like they haven't had as much of a break as the players that had that break, the Olympic break. So it'd probably be good to get them some rest, I guess.
Well, we have Nikishin in fresh off concussion protocol.
True.
We got Ehlers back in fresh off a lower body injury. It doesn't look like it's affecting them, but these are hockey players. They come back in at 90%. They don't come back in at 100.
So far, this playoffs injury luck's been on our side more so than the last playoffs.
Last playoffs we came in really healthy and got really beat up.
Mm-hmm.
This time we came in really healthy and have stayed healthy.
More or less.
And that's one of the big differences, because I think somebody pointed out that last year, our Eastern Conference Finals, or was it last year, that we were playing a lot of AHL players on our team.
We played Morrow before we traded him in the Keandre Miller deal. And then we were playing Nikishin, and Nikishin was
fresh.
He was.
He came in the postseason.
So Nikishin back tonight. He played pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, he wasn't particularly noticeable in the good or the bad. I think he was fine. I'm sure his minutes were low.
Slavin noticeably good tonight. We said he saved a goal last game. He directly saved a goal 100% tonight.
Goal off the goal line.
A puck with momentum. He just pulls off the goal line and clears the zone. All in one motion. So, it's just Jacob Slavin doing Jacob Slavin things.
And only 14 minutes tonight, 19 shifts, whereas Miller with 30.
Yeah, but 14 minutes is all right for him now that we're actually fully healthy. He was playing a lot more. He got a lot of experience when we were down defense earlier this year. And what we were saying 4 months ago is get all the injuries out of the way as long as we're healthy for the playoffs, and we're healthy for the playoffs.
For the playoffs.
And now we're 7-0. 7-0 on the season. Freddie Anderson, 7-0.
They did a good job tonight of shutting down the Stankoven line. As a matter of fact, their goal came against the Stankoven line.
Okay. Their goal, though, 6-on-5. They had the extra attacker in. It came off a Blake penalty.
They had Blake penalty.
Without the Blake penalty, and he was a little reckless tonight at times.
The Stankoven line tonight, from going from being our best, was probably our worst line tonight. But
I think so. Okay, that's possible. They were all good though.
They were all good. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they were our worst, but everybody else was good. Maybe our fourth line, but they didn't really do much.
Let me pull the numbers here. Stankoven 14-28, 3 out of 7 on the faceoffs. He didn't really take many.
Yeah, 14%.
Just looking at those, Jankowski 5 out of 8. This was really not a bad game from anybody.
It really wasn't. Like even our worst line was pretty good.
Yeah, the only minus player in the night, actually. Yeah, like you said, that line, right? Stankoven and Blake are the only minus players, -1. Well, that's the way she goes, man. If that's our worst, we're in good shape. Not in your wildest dreams do you expect to reel off 7 in a row to start the playoffs here, but you've done it. Now you can wrap it up Saturday at 6.
Yep, potential. I have to imagine that we'll see more of a game like the last game than this one next game. I don't know if it's this dirty and our special teams are going to show up. There's nothing to do.
2 of 9, but more that we kill 0 out of 5.
Well, two of
score
9,
shorty.
and we got a shorty. Like that's the
Jeez.
thing. We scored on our power play. We scored on our 5-on-3, and we scored down a man.
A
Like
variety of ways we can score,
yeah,
including a fancy breakaway shot by Ehlers there at the end, just
fancy.
a snipe. So yeah, you love going shorthanded to Chapman. You love seeing your captain score. Our captain was better than their captain. Their captain was going to the box while Jordan Stahl was just out there scoring goals, being a moose. And Vladar, not bad. I do think we'll see him next game again. I also want to say Philadelphia probably 3 or 4 posts tonight. Not necessarily the luckiest game for them, but and that's the way it's going for the Canes right now. The bounces are going our way and everything. It's a lot of momentum right now for.
Well, that's the thing. Then the start of the first, right off the bat, they got a few good shots, but there was all they missed the cage, or they were just on the outside of or hitting the bars. They hit 2 bars, and
then our first goal, backboard right to Stahl, standing on the side of the net.
Stahl, he just chips it right into his hip.
Basically, right, doesn't even chip it necessarily right into the goal. Just kind of puts it in the goalie and the
go right under the glove off his hip and in.
So just everything's working right now for Carolina. Okay, 7-0 in the postseason. Anything else, man? It's a little astonishing that they just continue to rack up wins here.
They are. I mean,
I know really we're better than these teams we're playing, but
they're really playing into the people saying who had the easiest path to the post.
Oh yeah, I was saying that. I think, and I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sad about it. We don't have to face a Florida team.
The only thing I don't like so far is that we didn't get a chance to knock out the Penguins because I bloody hate the Penguins.
There you go.
But also I respect Philadelphia because they don't like the Penguins and I don't like the Penguins.
Right.
So I enjoyed that they enjoyed taking them out.
The enemy
so
of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. I really don't have a problem with Philadelphia.
With Philly either.
I will say that the fans, at least the media that I took in these last couple of days, they were really waving the white flag after 2 games. They didn't think they could come back in this series, maybe not even win a game.
Well, the thing is that I'm sure they feel that because this season is different than, like I said, 2010. But like only 4 teams in NHL history have come back from 3 games back.
One of them was the Flyers.
One of them was the Flyers, who then went to the Stanley Cup and lost. They came back against Boston in 2010.
Well, Hurricanes haven't lost 4 in a row all year.
Yeah, they have not, so it would be something else.
All right. Anything else, my friend?
No, that's it for me.
All right. Kane's on a roll. He's absolutely on a heater right now. And until next time, until Saturday, going for the sweep. Go Kane.